Yeah, a quick review of the week. We're gonna solve each equation. When we have the equal sign, my answer is just one number. Right? What's the number of A that will make that statement true? What number can I write instead of A to make that statement true? So what I'm going to do for equations, it doesn't matter if the letter's on the left side or the right side. Okay, for equations, when there's an equal sign. Inequalities, it does matter. Okay, the letter will be on the left side. But for equations, for equal sign, it doesn't. So what I'm going to do, let me separate my sides through the equal sign, okay? I want the letter by itself. So the minus 14th, I'm going to move it to the other side as a plus 14th. So negative 11 plus 14, I know is 3, right? When the signs are different, I subtract my numbers, keep the sign of the large one. So 3 is equal to A. So A is 3, right? I'm just going to type in 3 for my answer. The value of A is 3. Now looking at question number 10. Let me separate them through the equal sign. My minus 17, because I want the n by itself. I'm going to cross it out. I'm going to write it on the other side as a plus 17. Now I have a negative and a positive. When the signs are different, I subtract the values and keep the sign of the large one. So when I subtract 23 minus 17, I get 6. The large sign is negative. So my answer is negative 6. Now looking at number 11, when it has words, I'm going to write it. To begin with, let me just explain something. 9 and 10, when we use letters and numbers, we call that algebraic expression, right? Algebraic means just numbers, simple numbers, and letters. Now, when we have it in words, let me write this in algebraic expression, so in symbols. How old is Heather if she will be 69 years old in 14 years? So I'm going to say Heather. I don't know her age. So Heather right now it's age. That's her age. I'm going to use Heather in 14 years. So from now, right? Age is how old is she now? In 14 years, so plus 14, she's going to be equal to 69. Right? She will be 69 years old in 14 years. So her age now plus 14 is equal to 69. So what's age? My plus 14th, let me move it over as a minus 14th. So Heather right now, let's see, 69 minus 14 is 55. So Heather right now is 55. Notice I wrote it in algebraic, right, using symbols. And then I solve for the letter. I use the letter, I'm going to use letters that make sense with the story. So now Jennifer wants to buy a computer game for $39. She gives the cashier $40. How much change does she receive? So usually the change is how much money you give that cashier minus how much the product is. So she gave the cashier $40. The cashier is going to subtract the $39 of the computer game, and this is going to equal to X. I'm going to call X the change. Now, some of you guys are like, I can see this, right? 40 minus 39, that's 1. Okay, so she's going to get $1 back. So for equations when we have the equal sign, it doesn't matter if the letter's on the left or the right. For inequalities, we saw those yesterday, right? Greater than, less than signs, it does matter. The letter has to be on the left side. So I see my inequality sign is there. The letter has to be on the left, so that's good. So I have A plus 20 is greater or equal to 14, right? The letter's on the left side. Now to get the A by itself, this plus 20, let me move it to the other side as a minus 20. So I'm going to say that A is greater or equal to negative 6. Right? 14 minus 20 gives me negative 6. If I'm asking to solve the inequality, that's it. A is greater or equal to negative 6. The way you type that, A is greater equal to negative 6. If I'm asking you to solve, that's it. Now, if I'm asking you to graph this, I'm going to circle negative 6, and I'm going to close the circle. I'm closing the circle because of the or equal to part, right? If it doesn't have the or equal to, I leave the circle open. Looking at the inequality sign, it looks like an arrow that's pointing to the right. So that's it. That arrow represents all the solutions for A, right? There's many numbers. This is asking for a number that is equal to -6 or more. So obviously there's infinite many solutions. Let's take a look at our last example. Let's take a look at number 14. I find my inequality sign is here. The letter has to be on the left. So I'm going to put P minus 11 on the left side and my -11 on the right side. Basically, these two sides switch. Right, I'm going to flip everything, so including the inequality sign. I'm going to go like that. The inequality sign also flips, right? Everything flips. I want the P by itself. So this -11, let me move it over as +11. So P is greater or equal to -11 plus 11 is 0. So there you go. P is greater or equal to 0. Remember, the way you type this is P greater than equal 0. Now, the way I'm going to graph this, because if you're asked to graph this, I'm going to do a circle at 0, close it in. When I look at the inequality, it looks like an arrow that's going to the right. So there we go. I go to the right.